Hey everybody, Pylicious here. It is about 12 o'clock, 12:06 to be precise, at AM at night. Got home from work tonight and I watched the season 5 finale. Now I don't really have a discussion buddy or anything with it, but I felt like I needed to share my thoughts, even if I just said it in like a audio format. I don't even know if this is going to make it to YouTube. It might, very well might. I'm kind of considering it. If it makes it on YouTube, if you're watching this right now, then yay, made it on YouTube. But I just want to share my thoughts on the season. Now, I'm not really gonna edit this video since it's just more like not on the season, as is on the season finale. Now, I'm not really going to edit this audio at all, and this might become a series, might not. It just depends on if I feel like I'm able to do it. Anyways, the season finale, it was very cool without giving very much spoilers. I'm going to try and keep at least the first part of my thoughts spoiler free, even though yeah, it's an interesting situation for me. Um, it was very cool. It was it was, uh, I wouldn't I wouldn't say it's extremely better, but it was much better than season 4, but not as spectacular, in my opinion. Um, I really enjoyed the episode. It was good. I For this season, I feel like it fit. It didn't feel too rushed. It felt at the right pace, and it gave a lot of interesting points. Now, this is the point if it does get uploaded on YouTube that the spoilers are going to start. So if you don't want to hear the spoilers, I hope you enjoyed the video. Otherwise, I'm going to delve into the spoilers right in after this countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Um. So when I remember, first thing I did was I started watching, and at the PowerPoint point, the PowerPoint section, very at like the very beginning when Charlie was looking over the crowd and she gasped and looked back. I didn't catch it. I rewatched that 3 times just to make sure I was able to catch what happened there. And on my third time, I realized Starlight Glimmer. So I was like, okay, so she is here in the finale in the class. I wonder how that's going to turn out. And uh like before that, I'm very much a math person, if you can't tell that by my YouTube name in OC, whose cutie mark is the pi symbol. But and you know, I don't know how many of you were able to tell this, but I really relate to Twilight a lot. Um, I I get called Twilight a lot by my inner group of friends who are bronies. I am known as the Try of the group. I have a lot of your tendencies, and it seems like if I was to put myself in that situation, except for math, with her giving a speech, I'd probably do the same thing. Say, hey, I'm so glad I'm able to come talk to you about math. Anyways, moving on from that, we get to Twilight's house, entering the main map room, and Glimmer's there. And it didn't really surprise me too much, and I'm saying and a lot. So what? Um, didn't really surprise me all that much that Glimmer was there at the map room. Though it did, I then she Glimmer used her magic to go into the vortex. I would describe it as. I don't know if that's the correct term or anything like that, but that's how I'm going to describe it. Anyway, she went into the vortex, and my first thought was, okay, this is going to be alternate universe type things. Which, in a way, I was right? But in a way, I was also wrong. I did not expect time travel. So when I saw that they went back to the Rainbow Dash race, I was surprised. I was really surprised. And I remember being really confused by the vortex. I just thought it was going to be something like an alternate universe type thing. But no, it was really interesting. So they got to the very first race where Rainbow Dash does the Sonic Rain Boom. Keep in mind, this is just from memory. It might not be in the correct order in the show, but this is how I'm recalling it. Mm. Anyways, at the Rainbow Dash race for the very first time, Sunlight Glimmer. Sun. Is it Sunlight? Yeah, Sunlight Glimmer, I think. I don't know. um, yeah, stop the rain boom. I was shocked. And then, uh, the portal picked Try up and moved it to a new area. And I was really confused by that. I was, not that she got moved, but I had no idea what was going on at that point. And it was surprising. I genuinely like this episode if you couldn't tell. It was surprising, and then the commercial skip past them because DVR for the win. Woo! Anyways, the commercials go by, and then next thing we do is I remember that they went to go see, trying to go find someone in Ponyville, but no one would come out. No one at all. And now that had me confused as well. Well, not really confused, just curious, you know? I don't know if you know, but I know. And this looks like it might be a 20-minute video if it does get uploaded. I'm probably going to end up uploading this. I don't know why I said, oh well. Anyway, back on topic. This is my train of thought. You're going to have to put up with it. Sorry. Sorry to be blunt about it. Um, anyways, Try and Spike of wandering around Ponyville trying to find people. They went to Rarity's Boutique and it was all boarded up and we had no idea what was going on, so we went back to the apple farm and Applejack was there. I thought for sure. Well, no, I thought that Applejack might not. I thought no one was going to be left in. I thought no, I thought no one was going to be in Ponyville. I thought Applejack was going to still be off with her aunt and Uncle Orange. I didn't think she'd return to her farm, but she did. And it's not how I expected to see her. I don't think anyone expected to see her like that. I think seeing that it being revealed that Sombra had run and taken over Equestria, that was a big surprise. That I think that's going to be a huge surprise no one saw coming. Unless, of course, they saw the YouTube video. I think that was leaked. I don't know, I saw something on Equestria Daily about that via my phone on the Equestria Daily app. I didn't pay attention to it because I stick to the release dates. Anyways, you feel that Sombra had taken over Equestria and that everyone was doing their parts. And what else? There was Applejack in a in her clothes working out apple barrels with, I think it was a refinery type thing. Yeah. It was. Um, it was like a refine machine type area, and I was confused. I thought this was before it was revealed that Sombra had taken over. I thought Flim Flam had taken over, and that Flim Flam made the apple orchard family farm industrialized, which Flim Flam does come on later on, which I'll get to when I get to that point. Anyways, Flim Flam, no, not Flim Flam, the, where was I? Oh yeah, the industrialization with Granny Smith's faces on the things and meeting Applejack and whatnot, and Applejack explaining what happened. Rainbow Dash had that walker look, which kind of surprised me. I would not expect it to have that. And Pinkamena Pinkie Pie had a straight hair, and Fluttershy was shearing sheep, which I didn't expect that. And Rarity was making normal clothes, which I didn't expect any of this to happen. Next thing, remember they tried to go back and stop Sunlight Glimmer, except they got turned into stone, I think it was, or got stuck into the see-through stone, kind of like a gym. I'm not sure what it was exactly. Anyways, moving on from that, Starlight stops the race again from happening. Next thing it is Chrysalis taking over Equestria and Zakora leading the army. That really surprised me. I did not expect to see Zakora leading the army. And I didn't expect the changelings to find their base right as Twilight got there, which was very convenient. But again, it didn't feel rushed. It kind of felt expected. I mean, they said that they had been there for a while. After a while, you're going to find your enemy's base. I like to think. I mean, that's how I think it is, would be. Uh, Anyways, after that, Charlie goes back in time because the core helped defend again and tries to stop Starlight Glimmer again. Fails again. Gets sent back in time again. No, gets sent forward in time again to what is it? The Nightmare Moon, which is an interesting situation for me since I just recently finished reading. Sorry about that. I finished reading Past Sins. Very good fic, by the way. I'd recommend it if you have the time. It took me quite a long time just because I just didn't have enough time to really devote to it to read how I wanted it to read. Anyways, that's off topic again. This is going to be a really rambling video, which is approaching the 15 minutes, probably going to be 20-minute mark by the time get done talking with this. Sorry about that. If you stick around for this long, thank you for sticking around. I'm sure there's going to be more to talk about and more on my thoughts about it. Anyways, we get to Nightmare Moon's place. Twilight gets attacked by a Timberwolf. She escapes into Nightmare Moon's castle, which I just kind of like, oh no, try. Which ends up happening. Rainbow Dash had that unique hairstyle again. They met Rarity at first, and Rarity was more like a secretary more than anything. Secretary, then tricks Nightmare Moon into leading her back to the map and defeating the Timberwolves, rescuing Spike. They go back and try to defeat Sunlight Glimmer again, fail again, and then it's just the quick action parts, which it would seem rushed if it's not what you didn't expect to happen, sorta kinda, if you know what I'm saying. Like the next thing was the Flim Flams, which we saw them digging up a tree. Whoop-de-whoop, I guess. Nothing too big. Go back again, try fails again. She goes back to face the she goes back in time again and see Tarek destroying Equestria, which you would expect that to happen if Tri hadn't been there. Again, didn't feel rushed. At the point of Tarek, I was wondering, okay, so when is Trixie gonna come along? Next thing we know, we get taken back in time and Tri takes Glimmer with her. And there's it's just a barren wasteland. Barren wasteland, which I don't know who that would represent. I'd imagine it'd be I know now. It'd be the dragon from season one if they didn't wake it up. It put remember it put Equestria in a very bad spot because of all his snoring in the smoke. That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it was referencing to. We didn't get to see Trixie in this episode. Oh well. Um. Anyways, we see that Glimmer doesn't believe her. They go back in time again, and Glimmer almost tears the paper. And Try just convinces her, hey, Glimmer, come on. You can. I know you. Oh wait. Before Glimmer starts tearing the paper, it was be, right before they become. Before Try realizes what. Before Try explains to Glimmer that she could get more friends. They go back to when Glimmer was just a foal. I yeah, as foal, and her brother Sunshine Ray or something like that. I think it was. We're hanging out, and her brother got his cutie mark, went out of town, and just left Glimmer behind, which is really unfortunate. And which is why Glimmer tries to make a town full of no explains Glimmer's backstory, which is really interesting. This episode itself was really all about alternate universes and breaking all those fanfics and headcanons of what would happen if this certain enemy wins. Anyway, they go back, try kind of befriend Glimmer, so Glimmer kind of lets Dash go through her race. They go back into the regular timeline. All the main five besides Try all go into the throne room to see Try and Glimmer like no time had passed. And uh, then the final scene was when Glimmer was pacing outside the map room and Try's friends were inside, which again reminded me of past sins with Try pacing outside the room at the very end, which I'm not gonna spoil anything, even though I started to spoil, but then I realized, you know, I don't want to spoil it for anyone because it's a really good fanfic. You should go give it a read if you haven't yet. I'm not gonna say it's not a surprise if you haven't, but it's a very popular fic. You should go read it. Anyways, she was pacing outside like like she was waiting for her sentence. She goes back inside after her friends discussing, and turns out she gets a whole bunch of friends and a new song, which is a really good song. I really enjoyed this episode quite a bit. I just wanted to talk about this, and I have no one to talk about it with, so I decided to do this voiceover and probably just add a static image, which is probably what will happen for the series if I do decide to put it on YouTube and I do decide to do it as series. It'll be after work, probably after midnight each Saturday night. And, well, it'll just be fun for me and it let me think out my thoughts and say what I need to say about this episode that I choose to talk over. I don't expect this to be episodic or weekly, just episodes in which I feel like I need to talk about. Kind of like the one in which Diamond Tiara gets reformed and the Kumai Crusader gets the cutie marks. You can tell which one took priority for me. I've always been a sucker for those villain turn hero type stories, but this is getting way off subject in even a different episode. Not even relating to this episode, not even being able to relate it to this episode really. So I think I'm gonna end it there. So this has been Palicious and I'll see you soon.